Why hello there, how's it going everyone? My name is Scarface King and as promised, here it is, the Wednesday video. Today I wanted to talk about Jump Force a little bit more. I touched on some of my most wanted characters in a video a little while back. I suppose it must have been in December. If you missed that, I'll link it in the description. But today what I want to talk about is the news we have coming up in this month's issue of VJump. Now, VJump, I believe it's normally on the 21st of each month, but as you may or may not know, certain, should we call them, mischief makers, are able to get copies of leaked scans before that. Normally 3, 4, sometimes even 5 days before that. Considering this, there is a very good chance that the leaks may have already come by the time this video goes out, because I gotta record and edit and my computer sucks and I gotta render it and I gotta upload it, whatever, you don't care. The point is, let's get on with it. So in this video, I wanted to talk about the fact that there is apparently going to be a 20-page featurette on Jump Force within VJump this month. I've been told that this was mentioned at the end of the last issue of VJump and on the cover of this month's issue, but I can't read, so joke's on you. I should preface this video with my current stance on the Jump Force roster, and I'll say this. I genuinely believe the final roster needs to be 100+ characters. I know most predictions sit at much lower totals than that, but you know, that's what I want to see. And as for a genuine prediction, I predict that the final roster will be very similar in size to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So we're talking around the 60, 70, 80 sort of area. I'd like to say 70 to 80 characters. I mean, what the fuck do I know, really? I just want lots of cool characters to play with, and for me, you know, I'm involved in you know, I was involved in the English community for Jump Ooty, for Ore Collection, and for Jump Stadium, and I know that they're mobile games, and it's a whole different thing. But I've been reading a lot of Shonen Jump manga to try and, you know, buff my knowledge on all the series in those games, so that I look like less of an idiot when I'm trying to fill out the database or make a video on it or do some summons or whatever. So it means that I have read tons of these series, and I sit here thinking, well, what's the point in adding this series if you're only going to put the protagonist and not have this character and this character? And well, you can't not have this series even if it's not super popular. Like what's a good one? Toriko. Toriko is a good example, because if you think about Toriko when the anime was airing, it was considered part of the big block. I think it was the 7 o'clock block, where it was like Dragon Ball, then One Piece, then Toriko. I'm not sure of the exact order, but Dragon Ball, One Piece, Toriko, like you're putting Toriko in the same breath as Dragon Ball and One Piece, two of the biggest series ever to grace the earth. And you know, if it was something like Slam Dunk, which one of the absolute biggest series in Shonen Jump history, you could understand it being A, in that block, and B, not being in this game because it doesn't fit. But Toriko, well, he fits the game, and yeah, maybe the series isn't as big as some of the other names we have on show here, but it was a big fucking series. It was a big deal. And well, we might not see him. Or maybe we will. The truth is, that's why I say the roster kind of has to be big. Because you can't... so many characters are going to be missed out on, you know, and maybe their DLC plans go beyond what they've told us outright is going to be there. This is the sort of game where, depending on the pricing plan, long term you could just continue to add characters and keep going. Like, some games do that. Not so much console games. I don't think it's as common with console games, but for PC games, like, let's say with something like Counter-Strike, they released the game like fucking ages ago, and then they just slowly but surely add new things and have new ways for them to make money to keep the servers open while still providing content for everybody that's playing the game. For me, that's well, I mean, I would enjoy seeing the game take that approach, but I think most games in general that are developed for console and PC typically have the development cycle of, we made the game, we made like a handful of sets of DLC that's part of a season pass, that's it, we're done. And that's kind of where I felt like they were going with Jump Force, but the potential is so massive. You know, the potential is so massive, because if you think about how many different worlds they can craft, how many different characters they can add, the storylines could just go on forever. They go as far as you can possibly imagine, because the only limit is your imagination when you're bringing all these characters together. Fuck power levels, fuck, you know, Rio's a normal human being and Goku's like one step off God. That shit doesn't matter. Not here. That's not what this is about. And that's what makes this a good idea. Now, whether they go the route of adding stuff like that, and you know, that's not something anyone knows yet. Well, maybe certain people outside of the dev team might have an idea, but the general public aren't privy to that information, and it's okay to keep it like that for now. We still have like a month before the game comes out, and what we want to talk about here today is the base roster. We're not talking about the final big boy, all the DLC included. We're just talking about who makes it into the game. The problem is that I see so many predictions online, and I'm going to try and give myself a restriction here today with my predictions that is going to make my list a lot tighter than I would like it to be. But I don't understand how you're supposed to fit in enough characters to make this game a celebration of the 50th anniversary. For a start, anybody who has predicted a roster smaller than 50, I would be thoroughly disappointed if we got less than 50. 50 years of Shonen Jump and you can't even show up with one character for every year. Yeah, obviously they're not gonna, you know, select a year, take a character from that year, whatever. But you can at least have 50 characters that represent Shonen Jump, therefore one for the equivalent of each year. Like, I don't expect to see series from the very, very start, you know? I think, what's the best we can hope for going back? I'm not sure. I think in terms of playable characters, I think the furthest they would go back is maybe Kakashi. I don't think they'd go any further. In terms of realistic guesses, maybe Kinnikuman? The problem is I'm not even sure if that's a realistic guess. I don't think it is. But, look, the idea of Kakashi not being involved in an anniversary Shonen Jump game is a bit disappointing. And I know people argue he doesn't fit in the game. Well, he fits as much as bloody Rio does. They're both sort of, you know... They're both human. They're both humans that have weapons. I'm not going to lie to you and say I've read all of Kochikame, because A, I couldn't find it all translated if I tried, and B, it's very long, and there's only a few series that I'm willing to sit there and read the whole thing. I read all of Hajime no Ippo. I read that shit fucking twice. It's amazing, but that's not Shonen Jump. We're not talking about that today. But with Kojo Kame, I've only read the first handful of chapters, which can't possibly give me a good idea of what the series is about long term. But what I can tell you is, Ryotsu has a gun. Ryotsu is sort of a police officer, but he's not very good one. And I don't know, like, is he in any way less viable than Ryo? Other than the fact that you might say Ryo is more relevant because of the movie, because and that movie has the Cat's Eye girls, the Kisugi sisters, in it, which is nice. That's a nice little touch. But is Ryo just more appealing to a global audience as well? Because while City Hunter might not have been big for, like, you know, my era growing up in the UK, I think a lot of other countries, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was quite big in Central Europe. Don't quote me on that because I didn't grow up there, so I don't know. But from what I understand, City Hunter did get a lot of love in other countries, not just Japan. So it's understandable that it would be... It's understandable that when it gets a bit of love in the form of a movie, they go, well, it's quite a big series anyway, just add it to the game. And maybe a dev had a soft spot for Ryo, and maybe that's why he got in. I don't know. But people are using that as a kind of pivoting point. They go, well, Ryo's in, so this character can be in, and that character can be in. This other character that's human, this other character that's not particularly powerful, this other character that's from a slightly less prominent series. But I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what the devs have got planned. In my head, I look at the fact that this game is in the Unreal Engine, and I say, it would be easier to make a lot of characters for this game than it would have been for something like J-Stars. Because we have new technology now. We have new resources at our fingertips. Like, if you're one of these devs and you're desperate for a skeleton for a character like, say, fucking... I don't know, who's an obscure character? Let's go with, like... I don't know, one of the Silver Saints from fucking Saint Seiya. Bang! Just grab it off the internet or some random Japanese site, put on these weird creepy HD textures, give them fucked up elbows and fucked up teeth. Boom! They're in the game. They're in the game. I mean, we talked about the character customization, and I know that there are a lot of characters that are going to be represented in the character customization that are not possibly going to be in the game. That being said, when you look at a character like Shina from Saint Seiya, she's basically done. You basically have the entire character there. Once you put the costume and the hair together, all you've really got to do is throw in the facial features and voice acting. You're done. I know I just said throw in the voice acting. It's obviously not that easy. But my point is that if you've gotten to the effort of making all that shit, you might as well just have the character in the game. I don't know that that's going to be the case going forward, though. I don't know that that's the case for other characters, you know. Like, I believe that Momo's hair... Is it Momo? I think it's Momo's hair from To Love Ru is in the game. Even if To Love Ru is in the game, which I'm not completely ruling out, but Lala doesn't fit. Lala doesn't fit, so... If she does somehow get in the game, and she is, you know, a playable character, that doesn't mean that her sisters are going to get in. That doesn't mean that any other... Well, I mean, you couldn't... There's only a few characters you could realistically add from To Love Ru anyway, because a lot of them are human, but... There's... Yami, maybe. Golden Darkness, you know? Maybe, but I don't necessarily see it. I don't necessarily think it would work. I don't know that... I don't even know if I'd want it. Maybe. Like, if this game was going to be real, if this game was going to be like, bang, we're going to drop 150 characters to start with, and then we got another 150 coming in DLC. Everyone loses their fucking minds. Like, that's how you fucking, you blow people's minds. Like, imagine the pandemonium if people are like, oh yeah, we got the VJump scans. By the way, each of the 20 pages was a new series being added to the game, and they've all got like 3-4 characters. People would lose their fucking shit, you know? Would it be good? That's a different question. Because I'm not unrealistic, okay? I know that it's not necessarily trying to be a competitive fighting game. I mean, maybe there's room for that later down the line. Maybe that's the sort of thing they could do. But it's not trying to, you know... It's not trying to be this, like, tight fighter. The sort of thing you would see, you know, Street Fighter. And even, like, trying to keep balance the same way a game like Smash or even something like Overwatch. Trying to keep things delicately balanced and not fuck them up completely as much as you can every time you make a change, making small changes to try and bring everything aligned. The more characters you add, the harder that gets. And over time, you'll get to the point which, if you ever played Ori Collection, this was one of the big problems they had. Getting content out, I mean, straight away they had to take panels from actual existing works of manga, redraw everything, and reanimate it, all within the same style of the original scene, so it was acknowledgeable as the scene that happened in the manga and not a shitty redraw. That already made it way harder to make content than some of the other games have to, you know, some of the other games did. You know, Jump Ooty, Jump Stadium, even like the games that are just one series, One Piece Treasure Cruise, stuff like that, they didn't put anywhere near that much effort into the character animations. But then, to go beyond that, each character had this set of skills and these passives, and within the PvP version of the game, the cooldowns were so short, and the timing for everything, it was just impossible. As new characters came out, it was impossible to keep everything balanced. It took so long, to the point that they just stopped in the end, and, well, we're going to have a Red Collection too. Who the fuck knows what's going to happen with that? But look, I've just been rambling, really. I want to get to the point of the video. My point is, there are 20 pages in this Jump Force issue. And I genuinely believe that the base roster is going to be quite big. But for this little video, I want to make it into a kind of hypothetical discussion before I'm thoroughly disappointed by the amazing super special awesome leaks when they do come out. What I want to ask the people, but I'm also going to pose this restriction upon myself and ask myself this question, is what if that magazine, we open it up and each of those 20 pages represented a different announced new playable character? So that'd be 20 new characters, but those 20 were the last characters to be added to the roster before the game's release and DLC. So those 20 characters, you add those to the roster, that's it when the game comes out. That is the launch roster. If that was the case, and I'm definitely not saying that would be the case, because that would be ridiculous. But if that was the case, in this hypothetical, who would you want those 20 characters to be? Now, here's the fun bit. I'm going to list my 20. And I want to see what other people's 20s look like. So, to start off with, I'm gonna go through all the series that are already confirmed to the game, and I'm gonna talk about what characters I would add for those series. So, from One Piece, no one. Because if there was more slots, I would say Katakuri. Maybe as a DLC, I don't know. But I would say Katakuri, definitely. I would also say Ace, because I know Sabo's already in the game, but like, Ace to this day is still one of the most popular characters, and he's been dead for fucking years, and people are still like, yeah, but Ace. So, I think if it was bigger, if it was a bigger roster, then yes, I would absolutely put those two in, but if we've only got 20 slots left, we are done with One Piece. I don't want any more. I know it's a big series, I know people love it, but fuck off. From Dragon Ball, one more character, and that character is Gohan. And the reason we're adding Son Gohan is because why the fuck would you add Cell and Piccolo and you wouldn't add Gohan? What the fuck? What is that? Who would do that? But I see so many people's predictions saying, no, we're done with One Piece and Dragon Ball. No! You can't not have Gohan. That being said, if he's not in the game now, people are going to be like, well, see? And that doesn't make it any less absurd that Gohan would not be in the game when Cell is already in the game. That just... I don't get it. Let's now get City Hunter out of the way. I would love to tell you, yep, Umibozu is going to be the next announced character for the game, guys. He's going to be in there. Hey, we're going to get... Kaori also is going to be announced. We're going to have 3 City Hunter characters announced for the game. It's going to be awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. No. I'm sorry. I want to believe... I want to believe that Umibozu can make it in. But no. It's not happening. And based on Ryo's moveset, one of his moves is literally him being hit with Kaori's hammer into the opponent. I think it's safe to say that she's probably not going to be playable either. Not that I think she would fit as a playable character. I like her as a character. But would it... I guess at the end of the day, does she work as a character any less than Ryo does? That's the question I keep going back to, and the answer is always, not really. Like, she could work, but no, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think City Hunter's getting any more characters, and we're moving swiftly on. Let's get this one out of the way. Galena, one of the characters created by Akira Toriyama for this game, I think that she will be playable, but I'm not giving her a spot on this list. You can fuck right off. Like, if I say, yeah, she's playable, but she's not on my list, that's not me saying that I don't think she'll be playable. That is me saying that she'll be playable, but she is not eligible for this list. This list is only for characters that were from Weekly Shonen Jump. We are not talking about no special edition characters created just for this game. I ain't got time for that shit. So, can we actually go on to a series that will be getting a new character? Fist of the North Star. Because it's just... it's massive. It's just massive. I don't see enough love for Fist of the North Star on people's lists, you know. Some people out there, I see you. I respect it. But a lot of people say, no, it's not happening, it won't work because this and that, and fuck yourself. I'm going to say one more character though. I think there's so many different characters you could see. And I think you could easily add, I would say, 3 more characters to this roster and not have it be unrealistic for Fist of the North Star characters that could be included in a game like this. But if the roster is as small as we're saying it is for this video, I'm going to go with Ray. Because I think it'd be cool to see him animated in the game. He would be able to have one of those, I can't remember what we're calling it in this game, the awakenings, the transformations, the whatevers. He can have one of those and it'll be fucking cool. And I don't know, I just want more Fist of the North Star. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing, guys. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to Bleach. Bleach is funny because I like Bleach. Even to this day, even with the ending that Bleach had, Bleach is always going to be a series that I thoroughly enjoyed. Even I was... the ending was not great. But it did have some good points in the series. I think most people I hear say, after the Aizen arc, dead. Once Aizen's gone, Ichigo loses his powers. That's the end of the series. You don't need any more. But there were some good moments after that, and there were some good ideas at play, not capitalized upon very well. I don't think that's the issue there. I struggle here. I'm really struggling here because look, Renji is in the game. Okay, like this is the same thing as with Dragon Ball. You're gonna add fucking Renji? What about Byakuya? Is he gonna be in, or was he not cool enough in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc? He doesn't deserve a spot. Okay. Well then, Uryu? Like, the whole point of the arc was supposed to be the Quincy's versus the... I mean, did he even do anything worthwhile? He fought... Was it Hashwelf? I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to say it. Don't blame me if I said it wrong. Maybe I can't remember him actually doing anything cool on screen. Not on screen, on page. I don't know. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Toshiro Hitsugaya. Yeah. Bear with me. Because he was one of the most popular characters throughout the series. And he would be fucking sick. He would be sick. He's got a transformation, which is already good boy. Tick. Plus. Bonus points. And he works even if you don't give him that transformation, but they would, because it would be super cool. My thing is that there are other characters I want more, you know? Like, I'd love to see Kisuke, I'd love to see Yoruichi. I would love to see Kenpachi and Unohana, who's also Kenpachi or something. Even in the last arc, I mean, like, Shunsui was dope in the last arc. And Old Man Yama, his special moment in the... I don't know, is it even spoilers for Bleach? Like, does anyone care if I spoil Bleach? Well, just before the old man dies, he uses Bankai, and it's fucking awesome. It would be so fucking cool in this game. Maybe, instead of making a new anime for Bleach, or like revisiting, continuing the manga, just make a game. Just make a fucking sick Bleach game to tell the 1,000-Year Blood War the way it was supposed to be told. That would be dope. Anyway, getting off point. My point is, fuck Renji. I just fuck him. He fucks up everything. We're adding one character from Bleach, and that is Toshiro Hitsugaya. Moving swiftly on to Hunter x Hunter. Fuck Hunter x Hunter. I love that series. Don't get me wrong, I love the series. The manga, look, as far as I'm concerned, where the anime ends, Hunter x Hunter ends, because the manga is just on, it's on this different thing. I don't even know what to say. It's just, there's so much shit going on, and I just don't really care about any of it. It's got boat syndrome. I feel like that arc in Berserk, I genuinely almost stopped reading Berserk because of the fucking boat. I love that series, but the boat arc... I've been sighing a lot in this video. Can you tell it's getting to me? It's getting to me, trying to get the roster this small. Fuck Hunter x Hunter, yeah? I want to see Meruem, I want to see Crawler, I really want to see Crawler. Bisky, I would even love to see, again, transformation mechanic, bonus points. But nah, you're done. I'm sorry, you've got too many characters already. It's the end of the line. Now moving on to their older brother, Yu Yu Hakusho, which some people would say is the superior series. And would I agree with them? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. That's a tricky one. I don't know if I'd agree with them. But what I would say is, I want to have so many characters added to Yu Yu Hakusho. Which is weird because it's not a series I think about for the strength of its character development and its character design. Like the character development is great, but it's within such a small group of characters, you know? Like when you think of certain other series, like One Piece, the character design and the character development, whether it's better or it's worse, it's across so many different characters, and it all like progresses on over the years, and there's characters that from so long ago that have been developed and carried on, and have just got this wide array of characters. With Yu Yu Hakusho, like in terms of main characters, you've got a fistful. That's all you've got. There's so few characters, but they're done so well. I'm beating around the bush. I'm beating around the bush. I want to put Genkai in. I'm like 50-50 on Kuwabara. I don't even really care. I know a lot of people would. I don't care. But Hiei and Kurama are just going to be in the game. They just are. It's not even like a, oh, I need to give my vote and voice my opinion that they must put them in or I'll go on strike. No, they're gonna be in the game. They just are. Just like Gohan, they just are going to be in the game. This isn't one of those controversial picks by me. There'll be some of those coming up, maybe. They're just gonna be in the game. It just is. But this wasn't even particularly hard for me, so it's not a big deal. One that is gonna be a big deal is Naruto. This one is gonna hurt because there are so many good characters from Naruto. Like, it's a massive series, it went on for ages, and there are loads of really well designed characters. But if I had to choose, like, what, 2 characters maybe to be put in the game, because how many can you realistically add? That's rough. That's rough. Like, you know, let's say Gaara. Loads of people are going to be going to bat for Gaara, for Kakashi, for Madara, for even like Shikamaru, Hinata. You know who would be good? Oh, you know who would be good? Orochimaru would be so cool. I think if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna say 2 characters because I don't want to go overboard. And one of these characters is definitely going to be in the game, and that character is Sakura because she's dope. Not much else to be said. We're talking about Sakura from the war, not like, you know, after the whole Boruto. Fuck that. Look, Sakura during the war was pretty cool. I know some of you was thinking it, but that's not really a risky guess. She's gonna be in the game. The one I will say is a little bit less likely is Itachi Uchiha. I think he'd look so cool in the game. I've seen a lot of people saying like, yeah, like Madara because J-Star's Madara, like it just makes sense, and then he got extra bonus bullshit powers at the end of the arc, and then did any of that shit even really matter? Like, not really. Is Kaguya gonna be in there? Maybe. I fucking hope not, but maybe. I would personally go for Itachi because man looks fly, and I mean that's it. That's it. There's no other reason. I honestly thought as a character he was warm water. That's what he was. He did a bunch of like really edgy shit. Oh, killed, you know. Don't worry, guys. I stopped the war. I killed my entire family. It's like, whoa. What? What? To this day, there's no... Like, people have tried to explain it to me. I think I've said this before. I must have said it before. People have tried to you know, put the thoughts in my head well, he did it because of this, and he had to stop the war because the war would have been worse than killing his entire family. What? Okay, what? I don't get it. I don't get it. I know there was a whole thing, and there was like someone was going to be framed, and then there was going to be a war, and then people were going to die. It's like, in what world is killing your entire family better than that? Come on! I'm watching you, Kishimoto. I'm watching you. It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, Itachi would look cool, at least. He has cool powers. I'd like to see him in there. His chances of being in, slim to none. Slim to none, but I'm choosing this list, my list, so I'm putting him in there. I'd actually really like Orochimaru, but I'm going to put Itachi instead because I think he has a slightly better chance. I don't necessarily know that that's true, but I think he has a slightly better chance. We'll see. Anyway, now we're sitting on like 7 characters there with a handful of series still to go. We haven't even got to the part where I start talking about new series being added to the game. How fucking long is this video already? Too fucking long. Are you still here? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. And I want to talk about Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah? I'm going to be leaving that as it is. I want to add Sanosuke. Everything in my body wants me to add Sanosuke. But even if we talk more realistically, and we say Aoshi Shinomori, I could totally see that. I could totally see him working. But no, I think I'm gonna leave it as is, which is a shame. Because you know Kenshin has got a bad rap recently over the whole ooh, that's not good whole thing. But that's not, that doesn't come down to the series. That comes down to the creator. You got to be able to separate these things. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes it's so bad you just like fuck it, just burn it in a fire. I can't be asked anymore. But in this case, I think you got to let the series be what it is, and we'll enjoy the series. And we say fuck that guy, but we enjoyed the series, and I did enjoy the series, and I want to add more characters, but if we're talking about this little roster here, there's it's not happening. No way. One that's a bit harder for me though is Saint Seiya, because if I'm doing this right, Saint Seiya needs at least 4 more characters. But for the sake of this video, you're getting 1 new character, and that's going to be Saga. And the reason for that is, because just fuck it, because I want to add more characters, and people are saying like this character, that character from Saint Seiya. I mean, if you think about it as a series as a whole, and I'm only talking about within Shonen Jump. I'm not talking about extended stories that happened afterwards, anime only stuff, movie only stuff, sequels, prequels, spin-offs, whatever. I'm not talking about any of that stuff. Just the stuff within Shonen Jump. That's a lot of fucking content to work with, That's a lot of good characters to work with. I would love to see Chun. I'd love to see Ikki. I'd love to see Hyoga. If you can work in Athena. I don't know that she'd work. Maybe. Hades, maybe. And there's so many like of the Gold Saints, Silver Saints. Fuck it, just 1. Saga. That's it. We're done. We're moving on. We're moving on to Yu-Gi-Oh! And you have no fucking idea how badly I want to say 2 characters for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Marek needs to be in this fucking game, yeah? Needs to be in this game. Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to take the L just for this video and say only one more character, and it's Seto Kaiba, because of fucking course it is. But like they could have. There's so many different cards they could have given Yugi to use. You know, so many different points throughout the series where he has different powerful monsters that he uses, but they chose Slifer. They chose Slifer the Sky Dragon. And why is that important? That's important because Slifer the Sky Dragon is normally a part of a trio, and the two fucking awesome characters that have the cards that are part of that trio should be in the fucking game with Yugi. Yeah? Is it even Yugi? Are we even saying it's Yugi and it's not the Pharaoh? That's him. Maybe. I don't know what it says in the game because can't read still. But I want to say Marek. I want to say Marek so bad. Winged Dragon of Ra. Yo, what the fuck is up? Burn the fucking ground. No, it's not happening. Maybe it's happening. Not in this list though. Not in this list. In this list, Marek's gone. Seto Kaiba. And he's gonna look fucking dope, so don't worry. Don't worry. And now, we only have 2 more series that are already confirmed for the game that we're going to talk about a bit more. And both these series deserve at least one more character. And saying one more just sounds wrong. Because Black Clover, okay, I think you can get away with saying one more character. That one more character is Yuno, job done. Yeah, you're doing a disservice to a number of different characters because that series moves so quickly. There's so many cool characters already in it. But no, we say Yuno, job done. And yes, I am saying Yuno will be added. Well, maybe it's DLC or something, I don't know. But in this list, Yuno is there. My problem though is with My Hero Academia because there's just too many. There's too many characters I want to see. Like, yeah, even if you trim it back to the absolute essentials, there's still characters like Kirishima. Oh my god, Kirishima would be so cool. All Might kind of has to at least be mentioned in this conversation. Todoroki. Even any of the girls easily fit in as well, you know. I think I'm just going to say Bakugo. And I'll leave it at that. Because there's so many characters you could put in. I'm going to say Bakugo for My Hero Academia, Yuno for Black Clover. I really want to say Yami for Black Clover as well, but we're sticking with Yuno, we're sticking with Bakugo. So, that leaves us, final tally, for all the series already confirmed in the game, new characters to be added to those series is 11. And that is the super fucking cut back number. Which leaves us with 9 more slots for series not already confirmed. This shit sucks. I'm being honest, it sucks. I know this video was my idea, but I don't see how people see the roster being this small and see it as like this cool, good thing. I don't get it. This is a celebration of one of the fucking the longest running franchises. Well, they're not even, it's not even a franchise. The longest running collections, I guess, of just so many different series, and we're limiting ourselves, you know? That's what it feels like, we're limiting ourselves. I'm realising as I'm recording this video, there's no way I'm getting this up on time. This is definitely going up late. It's just going to take too long to upload. But I'm doing it for the people. The 2 people still watching this at this point of the video. So, let's not beat around the bush anymore. Let's add straight away the 5 characters from my last video that I said, yep, they're definitely going to be in the game. Let's add those straight in. Actually, fuck that. I want to say let's add them straight in. Let's not. Let's add Kugiyuma as number 12, Medaka Kurakami as number 13, Suguru Kiniko is number 14, and Sawada Tsunayoshi is number 15. And I know there's all those people out there, oh, Kiniko-man's not going to make it in. Fuck all of you. Fuck all of you. My list, yeah? And you'll notice I've left Tanjiro off that list. That's because I think, with the anime not quite being out yet, I have a feeling that they will add Tanjiro later, but it'll be as DLC. I made a whole video talking about Tanjiro and all the other characters I'd love to see from new series. Go check that video out. This is the second time I plugged that. You already heard it the first time. Anyway, Tanjiro needs to be in. Nezuko also needs to be in, but we can talk about we can deal with that fucking fire when we get there. DLC. Let's move them to DLC, yeah? So that leaves us with how many fucking slots? 3? Is that 3? No, 5. 5 slots left. Excellent. So 5 more characters. And to get this out of the way, I'm going to say no more Medica box, it's just Medica. And no more World Trigger, it's just Yuma. Would I like to see more? Sure. Not for this list though. So, let's get the bias bullshit going, yeah? And I'm going to say Akuma Shogun and Byakuran both on the list. Number 16 and number 17. And I know there's all those people out there like, oh fuck off, Kinnikuman isn't even going to be in. How's Akuma Shogun going to be in? Like, you know, are you going to tell me all of the fucking Chojin are we're going to have like a fucking 80 character roster that's all Kinnikuman? Look, I know I'm biased, but the bottom line for me is this game has this kind of equilibrium where it's like the whole world's fucked and there's bad guys and there's good guys, but the point is you got these big bad and then you've got the good boys and they got a clash. And Akuma Shogun is the man has so much fucking swag. Technically, no, I don't want to spoil it. Can you spoil a series that came out before you were even born? I mean, yes. Is it a spoiler though? Is it like a, you know, do people need a warning? Fuck it, fuck all of you. Go read Kinnikuman. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. You're going to have to figure out what the fuck I'm talking about for yourself. It's a long fucking series, but that part's not that far in. So, hey. Anyway, I would add Akuma Shogun because he'd look dope. He's a big boy. He'd look really good in Jump Force. He's got that like chrome ass armor, you know. He'll look really good in the Unreal Engine. And Byakuran just because he would be, you know, if you've watched a fight with Byakuran, more so in the anime than in the manga, because in the manga it doesn't give you the same sort of. I mean, it kind of does. It doesn't give you the same sort of feeling of the scale. It's a battle in the city, you know. Well, parts of it are a battle in the city, I should say. I think it works so well, and Suna and Byakuran both work as characters for this game. I don't know. Is there even an aerial aspect to this game? I'm not sure. In terms of going forward. It seems to be very grounded. Maybe that's why they wouldn't work. Maybe that's why, because a lot of Suna's thing was like flying around at the speed of sound. Fuck it. I don't care. Byakuran could just fly up in the air and no one can hit him. Easy win. I'm sticking to my guns. Fuck all of you. We have 3 slots left. But this is where we struggle, because you know, yeah, I've been a bit greedy there, adding in those 2. But do you know how many series could have a character here? Do you know how many? And the problem is there's one series in particular, a very big series, a series you all expected me to have already said by now, that I'm going to be giving 2 slots to. And that's slot 18 and slot 19, which I am giving to Jotaro Kujo and Dio. Dio from part 3, not from part 1 or 4. 5? Was he even in 4? Not really. He wasn't in 5. He was in 6, but only in flashbacks. How much? Am I spoiling JoJo now? He was kind of in 7. Not really, but sort of. I mean, kind of? Whatever. Look, It just is gonna happen. I don't need to say it. The words don't need to come out of my mouth. It's done. The game's already, like... Go break into Bandai Warehouse. Oh, look. Jotaro and Dio. Did not see that coming. Mind blown. It's happening. Guys, deal with it. Would we get more JoJo characters? If the roster was as big as I'd like it to be, fuck yeah, we would. Maybe with the roster this small, maybe you could see Giorno as DLC. Maybe. How much do they want to spoil, though? You know? Jotaro grows as a character, but Giorno in just one part grows a lot as a character. So, well, maybe not his character, but his, you know, as a character. Does that make sense? I don't want to spoil anything. Whatever. My point is that there's shit you could spoil about certain characters by including Giorno in the game. So maybe for DLC, maybe after that's all this shit has already happened, the anime's over, maybe DLC Giorno. But that leaves us with one slot left for this video. Jotaro and Dio are in 18 and 19. Who goes in slot number 20? Because this list is going to leave out so many good characters. Toriko, who I even used in the example at the start of the video. He's not on my list. He probably should be, but he's not. I'd also I've seen little bits of what Stajin and Zebra and Midora look like. Ooh, they look good in this game, but no. No. I'm giving slot 20 to Sakata Gintoki from Gintama, which means yes, Ryotsu Kankashi has been left off my list. You know why? Because fuck having a roster this small. Fuck it. I'm giving it to Gintoki because he deserves it, you know? As far as gag characters go, and he is a gag character, but he's sort of a hybrid because he's got serious good elements, you know? If you take a character like Arale, who I would love to see in this game, she would work even though she's a gag character because, you know, I mean, you've seen that episode of Dragon Ball Super. That's kind of just the entire fucking Dr. Slump manga right there. But if you want to go read Dr. Slump, it's a fucking delight. So maybe you should go read it. But I will say, Gintoki fits a bit better with the kind of darker theme because even though he's kind of a not serious character, he has serious moments that would work. In this. As for other characters, I don't know. Man. Taikubo, maybe? Not on the list. Who else? Obviously, Toriko. We said Toriko. We actually, you know, and we missed so many JoJos. People are going to be disappointed in No Joseph. People are going to be disappointed. Basically, no matter what. I mean, you can't please everyone. I think that's what it comes down to, you know? I'm so quick to judge the game developers for the characters they do and don't include, but no one's ever going to be satisfied, you know? I mean, maybe some people will, but not everybody. You can't satisfy everybody. I definitely can't, from the looks of this fucking shit show of a video. You know, this video was only supposed to be 10-15 minutes long? Fucking please. Anyway, that's my final list. There's some good characters in there. Some characters I'm very happy with. There's some I'd change. You know, looking back, maybe Itachi doesn't need to be there. But will Naruto have that few representatives? I don't think so. And that's not counting Boruto. I mean, would Boruto, DLC maybe, maybe... Which, by the way, you know, some people are really hot on Boruto, some people are really cold on Boruto. I'm somewhere in between. Yeah, somewhere in between. Yeah, it's not bad. It's nothing groundbreaking. There's some good moments. There's some really shitty moments. Especially in the manga. The way it's drawn is a little bit... Why am I talking about Boruto? I don't know. Guys, go read Kimetsu no Yaiba. It's fucking good. It's fucking good. Go read The Promised Neverland. Fuck the anime, yeah. It's good. The anime is gonna be good, but you're gonna get your ass spoiled. You just are. You can't avoid it. And when you do, you'll be like, oh, really? Fuck. If only I read the manga like I was told to. Whatever. And that's the end of the video. I'm disappointed. What do I think we're actually going to see from the 20 pages? I think, you know, it's mostly going to be shit we've already seen, showcasing, you know, characters we already knew about, showcasing this is what the stages are going to look like, and this is what the gameplay is going to look like. I mean, we've had this for a lot of different games now. It's a lot of the shit you've already seen, shown in a different way. But I think we will see some new things, some small new things, maybe a couple of big character reveals. But it's definitely not going to be anything like this fucking monstrosity of a video, I can tell you that. And yeah, I'm done talking. I'll see you guys next time.